I wanted to give my reaction to Eric Ten Hag's first interview since the FA Cup final, first real interview with UK outlets. So I wanted to just digest everything which was said, everything that I'll give my opinions upon, and let's see, because I was always a Ten Hag advocate all season, last season. So I'm very interested to see. I've only had a chance just now to digest everything which was said. I just listened to the whole interview bit by bit, and I wanted to give my opinions about it. And I want to know your opinions as well. Of course, there were some really positive noises coming out of Ten Hag during that interview. Of course, the first interview since the FA Cup final with UK outlets. So I'm really interested to see what he said. I'm really interested to see and hear what he said about Ineos. And for me, having heard the interview, having digested the interview properly, I feel that is a very positive message to Ineos and to Manchester United in general. He spoke about, obviously, the infrastructure. He spoke about Jason Wilcox and the structure that's being built around him, which was very important, because this whole notion that Ten Hag's going to be in the shadows, he's not going to be doing anything, it's Berardo, it's Wilcox going to be making decisions, etc. But it seemed very positive. It seemed very enthusiastic and very promising as a Man United fan, if you listen to the interview. I know there are many of you who would have listened to that interview winching and whining because you wanted Ten Hag out. But this Ten Hag means business, and this Ten Hag will bring us to the promised land where we need to be as Manchester United. We will be in the promised land at Manchester United. So, in regards to the interview, Ten Hag firstly spoke about how supportive Ineos were. They were very supportive of him and very supportive in what he needs at the club. For me, this is very, very important. He has to be supported by the people above him. In regards to United, over the past few years, the managers have been doing everything on their own. You know, of course, during the Sir Alex Ferguson days, there was nothing to be done because Sir Alex Ferguson done everything. He done absolutely everything, whether it's director of football, whether it's the CEO, whether it's a transfer recruiter. Sir Alex Ferguson done everything. So things ain't quite like that anymore. There is no Sir Alex Ferguson kind of model where he does everything. Ten Hag spoke about the supportive nature that Ineos are with him, and for me that's very important. He needs the backing, he needs the support, of course, in transfers, in infrastructure, in medical department, everything. It's the support that we need, and for him to say that Ineos have been supportive is very, very interesting and very, very important, and I like that, because he does need help. In regard, of course, managers can't do everything, and at Man United we have been doing everything. Last season, Ten Hag, he had to deal with all the mitigating circumstances, the 60 injuries, the record amount of injuries, the Rashford situation, the Greenwood situation, the Anthony situation, the Sancho situation, the Maguire situation. Then he had to deal with the media pylon, and he had to deal with a section of the fan base, let's be honest, a section of the fan base who wanted him out and were abusing him and swearing at him and whatnot. And, you know, not thinking about the circumstances that were dealt, what was going on last season. People just thought, oh, he's not getting the results, throwing their rattles at the pram. You know, people can't even look after their cholesterol, or talking about how he's a bald fraud. People will sit there in Primark t-shirts and you know, it's talking about he's a bald fraud. You know, it was disgusting from some of the fan base last season. So for Ineos to say, we're going to give him the full backing. We're going to give him the full backing and we'll support him, is what I want to hear. Because that's exactly what Ten Hag needs. He needs the full support and backing of the owners in charge. Of course, Ineos are not full owners, but the noises that are coming out at the moment are very good and are very promising. And I like that about what Ineos at the moment. Now, Ten Hag also said we are in a strong position to attack. What he means by that is next season, we're in a strong position to hit the ground running. We are in a very good position. Against Fulham, first game of the season, nothing is more important than 3 points, of course. Performance is very, very important, of course. But what's more important is the 3 points. We get 3 points and we get up and running, we'll be in a good position to attack the people who doubt us and attack the media and the fans who are against Ten Hag. Even as we speak, even as so-called United fans, they are against Ten Hag. And for Ten Hag to say we are ready to attack, that clues them. We're ready to attack them, and we're ready to hit the ground running, and we're ready to destroy Fulham. We're ready to beat Liverpool, and we're ready to attack the day, as Gary Neville used to say. But we're ready to attack the teams next season. We're ready to attack our doubters next season. Ten Hag is ready to attack his doubters next season. We're ready for you, and you can pray on our downfall, but it's not going to work. These prayers are not going to work. There are people praying that Ten Hag got sacked. It didn't work because obviously God doesn't wish bad on anyone, and God doesn't wish bad on people. God wishes bad on people who want people to get sacked, who pray for people to get sacked, despite the mitigating circumstances, despite what he went through last season. You guys were praying for Ten Hag to get sacked. Disgrace. Never Man United fans in my book. Never ever in my life will I call you a Man United fan. Now, another quote. We won the Carabao, we won the FA Cup, but we also have high expectations. Of course, we do have high expectations. All due respect to the Carabao Cup and FA Cup, we do feel like we need now to challenge for the major honours. Manchester United need to challenge for that Premier League title. The Premier League title is ours. We put it on the map. The Premier League title is ours, and we need to challenge for that Premier League title. We also need to challenge for the European Cup, the Champions League. We do. We need the big titles now. And when Ten Hag said that, we won the Carabao and then won the FA Cup, but we might have high expectations, which means he's not resting on his laurels. He wants to win the league, and he wants to win the Champions League. And we want that as well. We believe it can happen, and we hope and we believe that it can happen with Erik Ten Hag. That is a very powerful message there that is sent from Erik Ten Hag. I believe, and I put myself out there in regards to, I believe we will shock a lot of people next season. I believe we will do better than many people anticipate. I believe next season we will. And that is my strong opinion about that. Now, another quote coming up. We are up for more and higher trophies. So again, more and higher trophies. What he's saying, in obviously Ten Hag English isn't perfect, but what he's saying there is higher than the FA Cup, higher than the Carabao Cup. What's that? That's the Premier League. That's the Champions League. It's the World Cup Championship. It's everything in between. That's what we want. That's what we're aiming for, and that's what we need to be aiming for, because we are Manchester United. We're the biggest club in the world who are not challenged for a title, who are not challenging for a title. It puts it in perspective. So for him to say that, he understands that Manchester United need to be challenged for titles. That is what is essential. That is what's important. And we want to put those 115 dudes in their place. And whoever wants to come in our way, we're going to put them in their place, and we're going to show them the way to go. Another quote, processes do take time. He mentioned a couple of times about processes do take time. Of course, Man United fans, myself included, we're a little bit fed up of hearing the word process. We've been through a lot of processes over the years. We've had a lot of change over the years, so processes have started again. But in this particular instance, the process takes time. He's talking about what has been. The process does take time. We didn't challenge for the league last season because it's a process, because of the mitigating circumstances. Now we are in a position now. If we get those transfers through the door, if we get players through the door, if those players come through the door and they fit into the team, Ten Hag has time to embed those players into the team, we have a very exciting future ahead next season. I believe so. I believe if we clear out those injuries that we had so many of last season, which was so ignored by so many people, prats, I call them, that was ignored by those prats last season, that because they just didn't want their opinion to be wrong, because they cared more about their opinion than the actual football team, that they went against our actual football club and wanted us to lose, and still to this day want us to lose. They don't believe in what happened last season, processes that happened last season, the mitigating circumstances that happened last season. Now, a lot of them, I don't believe they're real United fans. I don't believe that, but they call themselves United fans. Some of them go to games, so you have to call them United fans, but their opinions are totally dud, to be honest with you. Now, he also said, the processes take time, like the English title, and even more like going into Europe. Now, those are the magic words for us. Those are the key words that we want to hear: the English Premier League title and the Champions League. It's not our bread and butter, but it's what made us into what we are. It's why we are Manchester United. It's why we are so attractive as a football club. It's why so many people envied us. We won the league the most times in the English football history. We cannot let this City dominance carry on, this 1-1-5 carry on, because by the looks of it, the Premier League look like they're trying to brush the 1-1-5 charges under the carpet. Of course, they don't want City to get banned or relegated, which they should be, because I believe something more sinister is going on behind the curtains, and I believe something more sinister is happening against Man United with this corrupt FA that we are dealing with at the moment. So for Ten Hag to say we are after the Premier League and the European Cup, which I believe he is, I believe that is exactly where we should be aiming at. I always said, we aim for the stars, we land on the clouds. We aim for the clouds, we land on the mud. So we have to aim high. We have to aim higher than everyone else. We believe we're Manchester United. We're not Arsenal. We're not Chelsea. We are Manchester United. We're the biggest club in the world in regards to who we are, where we came from, per square mile, who we are, right? We're the most famous club. We need to really concentrate on winning that Premier League, or challenging for that Premier League next season, and challenging for the Champions League the season after next, when we qualify for the Champions League next season. We must also win that Europa League next season and put our name on the map and carry on creating that winning mentality, carry on getting those trophies in the bag, and those players there will have that winning mentality, because over the years we've had a lot of players whose mentality was nothing but losing. We need to change that, and I agree with Erik ten Hag. It takes time, I agreed, but we want to be challenging for the league, and we want to be challenging for the Premier League title. Ten Hag also touched upon the infrastructure. He also states that we will have the best training facilities in Europe, if not the world. So that is very pleasing. Of course, famously, Cristiano Ronaldo called out the training facilities, called out facilities at the club, said nothing has changed, the tea lady, this, that, and the other. Of course, now money is being put into the club. I believe 50 million is being put into the infrastructure of the training facilities, and it will be the best training facilities in Europe, if not the world. But Ten Hag also touched upon, we have to think about today. Things are not finished. Of course, the infrastructure takes time. We have to think about today. And for me, today is getting those players in the door and having the players ready for the pre-season on the 15th of July against Rosenborg. That's what I want, and that's what I believe Ten Hag wants. We want to embed the players that are available into that squad. Of course, some players will not be around. Some players will be resting after the Euros, including Kobe Mainoo, who won't come back to a few days before the Carabao Cup. Of course, we won't be able to have our full team, but obviously they will be coming back into the team soon. But it's important that the transfers that come in are embedded into the team, are getting used to the environment around Manchester United, are getting used to Ten Hag and a few of the players that will be with them. And I think that's important. Yes, the infrastructure will be the best in the world. Yes, we do need infrastructure. We do need a new medical department. We do need new training facilities. But that will take time, of course. It will take a couple of years, of course. So we have to be patient, and we have to be ready for the new season. Those players have to be through the door before the first game of the season. In my humblest of humbles, in my opinion, we have to do that. Now, Ten Hag also touched upon the help with recruitment. Of course, we have signed a recruitment agent who can help with recruitment, transfers in, transfers out. That is very important. Of course, he's only here temporarily, but it's important that Ten Hag has help in recruitment. We have a lot of work to do. Lots of players need to leave. Lots of players need to come in. We need to have help in that department. We need someone who's concentrating primarily on that, someone who's concentrating primarily on getting the players out and getting players in. It helps. It will help us, and it will benefit us next season that we have our players in time. That's the key to having our players on time and having them ready for the first pre-season against Rosenborg on the 15th of July. Of course, I will be here, hopefully doing a watch along for the Rosenborg game. So hopefully you can join me for that, and it will be a cracker. Of course, we have a good following in Norway. Manchester United have an excellent following in Norway. Our Norwegian and Scandinavian fan base is second to none. Absolutely fantastic fan base we have out there. So the first game against Rosenborg, to have a few signings in there as well as the more experienced players, will really, really bode well for the future and the beginning of the season. Now, basically, Ten Hag talks about the ownership, and he speaks about it gives us a new energy, it gives us a new dynamic. Now, that basically means that obviously we have a new tactical approach to life at Old Trafford, to life at Man United, that Inos and all the crew are doing wonders in behind the scenes, and that we are changing the way the football club is structured, the way we do things. It's going to be a much more efficient way. He did also point out that it was 4 weeks ago, it was chaotic. Now it's set up so professionally. Again, that's dynamic. It's set up professionally. Everything was chaotic before. Everyone was all over the place, paper on the floor, footballs everywhere. You know, it had the air of a chaos at Man United, and I 100% agree that it did have an air of chaos at Man United. And I do believe that this new ownership, this new background is starting to give us a new dynamic, give us a new approach, and give us an approach that is more professional, as Ten Hag touched upon. So that basically sums up most of what Ten Hag said during the interview. Of course, there was nothing but positive noises in regards to the club, and that's what we want to hear. We want to hear positive noises. We don't want to hear negativity. Ten Hag looked enthusiastic. He looked excited for the new season, and he looked like he wanted to keep things going, and he wanted to show the world what we are capable of. And next season, I believe we are capable of that. Now, in regards to the elephant in the room, the Ten Hag outers, their responsibility and their job now is to stop making stupid opinions and support the club and support Ten Hag. That's their job now. That's their job right now. Instead of going to the gym and looking after themselves and looking after the cholesterol, that's exactly what they need to do. And they need to look after themselves well. And they also need to back the manager, back the football club, and keep it going. Keep the positivity, keep the noises. This is your football club. This is the club you chose to support. So support it. If you don't support the club, if you're pretending to support the club, please, Real Madrid is over there. Support them. Go, by all means, support them. Go ahead. That's what you can do that. It's no problem. But we support Ten Hag, we support the manager, we support the football club, and we have to back the ownership. Some of us, including myself, we wanted a full sale. Of course, we still want a full sale. We wanted the debt cleared. Of course, we still want the debt cleared. But at the end of the day, we got what we got. We have to take it, and we have to hope that this ownership really stamps their authority on everything. The noises from Ten Hag are very positive. He's aiming high. He's aiming for that title. He's aiming for the Champions League. And that's exactly the noises I want to hear from our manager. Because, yes, the Carabao Cup, yes, the FA Cup are really nice. They're trophies. They give us that little bit of winning mentality, don't they? But we have to concentrate on higher awards as well. Premier League, Champions League, all these trophies are us. This is what we built ourselves on. And we have to really go for those honours as soon as possible, because I believe we can. I believe we showed something in the FA Cup final that we are capable. If we put our head to it, if we keep the consistency, if we keep our consistency and we treat every game like we treated that FA Cup final, we will be there. Don't doubt it. We will be at the top. Don't doubt it. If we concentrate and we're consistent and we're professional and every single player is on the same page like they were in the FA Cup final, we will get there. We will get where we want to go, and we will challenge for that title, and we will challenge for the Champions League. And in this interview here with Ten Hag, it says precisely that. He states precisely that he wants higher honours. I want higher honours. You want higher honours. But to do that, we need unity. We need power in numbers. We need to get behind this club. We need to make Old Trafford a fortress. We need to shout at Ten Hag's name. We need to shout and shout like we used to do at Old Trafford. We need to make it a fortress again. We cannot keep this weak Old Trafford mentality that we've had over the years. We need to make it a fortress. The fans need to make a noise. The fans need to support Ten Hag. The fans need to go and forget about the differences. Forget about whether you're Ten Hag in, Ten Hag out. You need to show back into this manager. You need to show back into these players. And hopefully by that time, we have a team ready to challenge next season. We have our players in, we have the transfers in, we have De Ligt in, we have Xerxes in, we have Gutierrez in, we have Ugarte in. That's what we want, that's what we're praying for, and that's what we're here for Manchester United, to challenge, to fight next season, to fight the powers that are, the powers that be, the corruption, the sinister nature of the Premier League. And what happened last season, every decision went against us. Everyone was against us against the world, but we still won a trophy. We still done the business. FA Cup, Carabao Cup are nice, fantastic, brilliant, but we want higher honours. We want higher honours, and we're going to get those higher honours. Soon come. We're going to get those higher honours. Champions League and Premier League title. The interview was very positive. Ten Hag looks very upbeat. We are upbeat. We're being positive. But it's time now to start walking the walk, not talking the talk. We need to walk the walk and make sure that next season we are ready. Starting with the pre-season against Rosenborg. We have a tour. We have lots of games coming up. I'm excited to see Ten Hag bringing through the young players. I'm excited to see Ten Hag embedding the new players in the team. I'm excited to see Ten Hag implement his philosophy on the team. Of course, many people out there say Ten Hag doesn't have to style of play. Listen, if you get a League Two team and you ask the League Two team to play like Prime Brazil, to play like Prime Barcelona, they won't be able to do it. You can drill it into them as much as you want. They won't be able to do it because they don't have the talent and the players to do it. We didn't have the players to do it last season. We had many injuries. We had many setbacks. Of course, we had the media against us, the league against us. We had injuries left, right and centre, 60 plus injuries, record amounts of injuries. So how can we implement a style of play if there was not the players there to do it? It just seems like ridiculous. I seem like I was repeating myself last season, but I don't want to think about last season too much. I want to think about the future. In the future, we will see a much more Ten Hag style of play, and Ten Hag will get us those results. And we need to be ruthless. We need to be on fire at Old Trafford on that first game of the season against Fulham. We need to be out there screaming our lungs out for our team. And we need to give intimidation. This is Old Trafford, guys. We need 70, 80,000 people screaming from this team. No quietness, no prawn sandwiches. We need Old Trafford. We need the crowd, and we need a crowd to get behind this manager from day dot, from the first minute, from kickoff, and we will scare the living daylights out of Fulham. Believe me, I've seen Old Trafford rocking. I've seen Old Trafford when it's on fire. I was there at the 7-1 against Roma. Roma absolutely themselves. So you can only imagine what it will do to Fulham, right? You can only imagine what it would do if we go out there and we give it our all as fans, and we hope that the players give their all as well, which they will under Ten Hag stewardship. Really good interview from Erik Ten Hag. Really positive vibes coming at the club right now. We need to walk the walk, though. Things need to be developed. Of course, I believe that the construction of the new training ground is in the process of occurring, and that is a good thing. Of course, that is a good thing. It's up to you, banter aside, to support the club and support the team you were born to support, like I was, like everyone else was, like the fan base was, like those who are tuning in was. Guys, please don't forget to smash a like on this video. Please also subscribe to the video, cut the video, get your best parts, post it, I'll retweet it, I'll post it on my YouTube if you do that, and I'll give you shout outs. Every little bit is important. We're going to build this community, and we're going to build this channel, and together we will reach the top. Guys, just like Ten Hag, we will reach the top. we will. So Manchester United and Ten Hag have conducted their first interview in regards to the future of the club, in regards to what is happening with Ineos and Ten Hag and the infrastructure. It was very positive noises, very positive quotes coming out again from Ten Hag. Really pleased with it, really excited for the new season, and I hope upon hope that we do hit the ground running next season, and we have our players in just before the start of the pre-season. Guys, Sal Reacts will be out every now and then when news breaks. I will react to the news. And whenever a bit of news comes, I will be there with you guys to react to that news. Of course, I'll be reacting to the England game tonight, and I'll hopefully be doing a watch along with the England game as well. So please, guys, please smash a like and subscribe to the channel. You guys are absolute legends. Remember that, absolute legends. Just like Erik Ten Hag, we are going to challenge and we're going to become legends next season. Each and every one of us who were behind Ten Hag from the start, each and every one of us who didn't jump a couple of weeks before he signed a new contract, a couple of weeks before he was trusted upon. We didn't jump, we didn't say tears in my eyes, we didn't post pictures of Michael Jordan, etc. So we are here. We are the winners, and we're going to carry on supporting this club. We're going to carry on supporting the manager. If it goes pear-shaped, if it goes wrong, life happens. That's just life. We have to move on. That's just life, isn't it? But we have to give yourself the best chance of success. And for us to give ourselves the best chance of success, we need to support the manager, and we need to support everything behind the manager, and all the Wilcotts and the Baradas and the Jim Ratcliffes of this world. We need to support, and we need to get behind them. We have to. And let's hope that things start materializing and things start happening quickly. We really hope that this happens, and we really hope by the start of the season, we are so excited for the start of the season, and we will be ready for that start of the season. We are Manchester United. We deserve to be challenged for that title. We deserve to be in the Champions League. I believe we can win the Europa League next season. I believe we will win the Europa League next season. I believe we can win a couple of trophies next season. And as I said, I believe we will shock a few people in the league next season. We will shock a few people in the league next season. As I said, in a good way. In a good way, yeah. So we will have. We had a bad season last season. Next season will be the complete opposite. Believe that. From Uncle Sal, believe that. You can believe that. Write it on a piece of paper. Save it in your drafts. Manchester United will shock the world next season, 100%, guys. Wicked. Now, in regards to myself, I'll be trying to do a watch-along later tonight, England against Netherlands in the semi-final of the European Championships, a chance to play Spain, of course. So I'm trying to do a watch-along with that. I will keep you posted. Of course, I need to set everything up. I've flown out here to Italy. No longer in the UAE. I'll be back in the UAE next month, but I am here for the time being in Naples, bringing you the news on Manchester United. I'm getting a lot of news from here. I'm getting a lot of murmurs and transfer news from here on a different wavelength, of course, to the rest of Europe. I've got a different message from here compared. It's always good to get different opinions and different pieces of news from the guys out here. So that is really good. I was getting different pieces of news from the UAE, the Middle East, but of course I'm closer to home here in Italy. So that's only a good thing. I will be keeping it going. I'll be keeping these streams happening. Guys, you are the best. Please don't forget to subscribe and smash a like on the video. I'm Sal Warner. This is Sal Reacts. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter as well, at Stretford Post. Click this video, click what you like, post it on your social media accounts. I will post it on my YouTube. I will give you a shout out. I will post it on my Twitter. I will show the support. We are unified. We are community. Let's unite. Let's get this in, yeah? Let's become what we want to become, and let's carry on supporting the club, supporting the manager, and supporting everything behind it that needs to be supported, guys. So I'll see you later, alligator. I know that this is a bit of a random video, but I had to do my response to Erik Ten Hag. Erik Ten Hag's army had to do the response, and positive, happy, positive noises, and that's all we want. That's exactly all we want. And I will carry on doing Sal Reacts. Whenever news breaks, I'll be here with you to bring you the news, as I said. Have a great day, guys. Take it easy. Enjoy the elements. Peace.